Today, we meet Bumin Kagan in daylight, a rare sight for such a powerful and famous Turk. Let us join him as he is meditating and letting his memories pass in a moment of silence. The only things we can hear are the chirping of birds and the inner thoughts and voices that have accompanied Bumin for more than 40 years.
When the blue sky was created above us, and the brown earth was created below us, humanity arose in between. Two of their sons were my ancestors, Bumin Kagan and Istemi Khagan. When they took the throne, they ruled both the land and the society of the Turkic people. They had enemies on all four sides. Bumin led an army and subdued them all. He made them bow their heads and kneel down. He brought the Turks as far as the Kadirkan forest in the east and the Iron Gate in the west. In between, only that orphaned heavenly Turk could sit. War is their business. If a child can ride a sheep, he draws his bow and shoots at birds and mice. When he is old enough, he shoots at foxes and rabbits. The soldiers who know how to use a bow fight on armored horses. They graze in the north over the summer, come south in the fall, and raid our borders in the winter. We Chinese are foot soldiers, but the Turks are horsemen. What can a herd of calves and cows do against a pack of wolves? In the northern lands of the steppe dwelt the Turk tribe, residing among high mountains, the tallest once being called Golden Mountain. Their ancestor had been nurtured by a wolf. One year, a neighboring country's army besieged their ancestor's city, slaughtering nearly all. Only one child survived, about 10 years of age. The enemy soldiers, seeing his youth, severed his limbs and abandoned him in the marshlands. At that time, a mother wolf passed by and heard the infant's cries. Taking pity on his helplessness, she nursed him with her milk. The child thus survived and gradually recovered. The wolf and the child depended on each other for survival, dwelling in a mountain cave. As years passed, the child grew to manhood. The wolf transformed into human form, and the two became husband and wife. Soon after, they bore 10 sons. Their offspring multiplied, eventually forming a clan. The clan adopted the wolf as their totem, calling themselves the Ashina clan. Like the wolf's nature, the clan members were tenacious. They eventually became the ancestors of the Turks, ruling over the great desert. This wolf was named Ashina, meaning blue-gray wolf. The Turk people regarded her as a sacred mother, revering her for generations. To this day, one may observe their flag, a golden wolf on a blue sky, commemorating the sacred wolf Ashina. Then, one faithful day, the young Turk, who they called Bumin, became Yabgu. That is the title of the king of the Turks. He inherited the throne from his father Tuwu, a capable yet anxious man who had failed to stop the injustice of those who called themselves Rouran. For 100 years, the Rouran were masters of the Turks, whom they let forge weapons and armor. Indeed, the technique of the Turks in metalworking was excellent. Now the young Turk Bumin tried to break free of the Rouran. But then, one faithful day, the Tiele, whom the Turks are related to, planned a revolt against Anagui, the Khagan of the Rouran, themselves. Bumin got wind of this in Dzungaria, near the Golden Mountain, and gathered a large Ashina Turk army. Instead of joining the revolt, he attacked the Tiele. The Turks destroyed more than 50,000 Tiele warriors and brought about 250,000 Tiele tribesmen under their control. While not independent yet, Bumin became the factual liege of the Tiele. He had become a force to be reckoned with. Whether this was all part of a plan, only God knows. Or as the Turks call him, only Tengri knows. Bumin saved his liege Anagui from extermination. Had the Turk not stopped his own relatives, the Rouran would have been overthrown. But then, when Bumin asked his master for a gift, Anagui angrily replied, "You want my daughter? You are nothing but a blacksmith and my slave."
Soldiers, listen to me. Here you are now, having defeated great nations and subjugated the world. I, Bumin, therefore, consider it foolish to incite you with words as if you were men who had not yet proven yourselves in practice. It is not for me to say something ordinary, and you should not listen to it either. For what is fighting for what you believe in, if not your business? Now show your cunning. Show your courage. No spear shall wound those who yet remain alive, and those who are near to extinction will be overtaken by fate anyway. Even a host of many allied nations could not bear the sight of our people. I am not mistaken about this, for here is the field, our homeland, which has granted us so many victories. I will throw the first spear. Whoever then still stands still while Bumin has gone into battle will not see the day of light in any case.
He was a sage Khan. He was a courageous Khan. His command was wise and true, courageous and true. Even his beys, even his tribes, were righteous. That is why he kept the land of the province by all means. He kept the realm and organized the law. One day he flew away. Then his brother Ishtemi took over. He was also wise and righteous. After him, Bumin's sons and Istemi's sons controlled the realm of the Turks. It was a golden era for our people. When Bumin flew away, a large ceremony in his honor was held in Otuken. Mourning and weeping, the dignitaries of all tribes from the east, where the sun rises, to the west, where the sun sets, arrived in our lands. The Koreans, the Tabgach Chinese, the Tibetans, the Awars, the Romans, Kyrgyz, 3 Kurikan people, 30 Tatar people, Kutai, Tataba, and so many more tribes came and wept and mourned. He was such a famous Khan. It is true that after this golden time, the brother was not made like the brother. It is also that the son was not made like the father. It is true that the ignorant Khan sat on the throne. The evil Khan sat on the throne. His command was ignorant, because those Khan's beys and tribes were unrighteous, because the Chinese tribes were evil, because they were deceitful, because they were deceptive, because they pitted brother against brother, because they made the beys and tribes quarrel. The Turk tribes lost their land and lost their Khan. In the eyes of the Chinese, the boy who was a man became a servant, and the girl who was a woman became a concubine. Turk beys threw the Turk names away into the sea. The tribes of the Turk landfolk said, "We used to be a great tribe. Where is our wisdom now? By whom can we win the lands back? We were a tribe with a Khan. Where is my Khan now?" The truth is that the Turks had given their good Khans away, had supported their bad Khans, and in the end, had no Khan left. Now the Chinese had become their Khan. The Chinese Khan, on the other hand, would say that he would kill and scrape the Turk tribes without thinking that he had done so much work. The Turks would come to extinction. It is true that the Turk god above arranged the sacred Yersu beings and countered the Chinese's plans. He took my father Ilterish Khan and my mother Ilbilji Hatun up to the top of the sky so that the Turk tribes would not perish, so that they would become a nation again. My father Khan set out with 17 men. They gathered and became 70 men. Because God gave him strength, my father Khan's men were like wolves, and his enemies were like sheep. He swept to the east and the west, and gathered much more Turks together. They quickly became 700 men. My ancestor, my father, created and taught the tribes that had become provinceless, Khanless, roomless servants, and tribes that had abandoned the Turkish code. According to the code of our ancestors, Bumin and Ishtemi, my father explained how to become a great nation again, one of freedom and justice. Then, the Cook Turks were reborn.